Alright, what's up, ABDC Nation? This is your boy, Tune the Dancer. Yes, I have created my own channel, and I guess Highlander 8 was kind of that's something I created back in 2004. Didn't think it had much relevance now, so I decided to create this entire channel here. For my dancing exploits and my ABDC reviews. I don't think we were properly introduced. My name is Anthony Marshall. I'm actually from Columbus, Ohio, by way of North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina to be exact. And I'm a street dancer, crump, pop, block, house, and ABDC connoisseur on occasion. Anyway, ABDC Season 7, Episode 2. I'm still not feeling the superstar format here, and I'm really not feeling it this year because I'm not really feeling the superstars this year. But whatever the case, we are traveling to Miami, and we're going to do the Flo Rida week this week. We do the group performance, and we do that to Wild Ones, and I am very unimpressed by this performance, mainly because with with last week, we were able to see what the crews were about, what they were gonna kind of pull out of the hat here. This week, we didn't get any of that. We just got some kind of whack choreo and Flow Riders even whack rapping. So I wasn't very impressed by the group performance, unfortunately. But nevertheless, that's neither here nor there. Let's actually get to the performances because that's what it's really all about. So, the first performance of the night here we have the Electrolytes from Gilbert, Arizona, and I know these guys pretty well. These guys have been trying to get on the show since about season 3. They won Hip Hop International this year, and they are, if I'm not mistaken, I think reigning Arizona's best dance crew. I really only know 2 dance crews in Arizona, so that's not very impressive to me, at least. But Electrolytes are a very good crew. Anyway, before they perform, they pull a 787, and unfortunately, one of the members messes up a flip and ends up hurting his knee. I believe his name is Chris. It's either Chris or Charles, or something that starts with a C. But whatever the case, please, speedy recovery. They perform to Club Can't Handle Me right now, and I'm not very impressed by the performance. This is not the performance I would have expected from a crew that has won Hip Hop International. I just wasn't impressed by anything. The stunts, while they were good, they're not mind-blowing. They're not even all that original, to be honest with you. And the choreo was a little week too, but they like I said, this is only week 1, so hopefully they can step it up, guys. Electrolytes, I've seen you guys way better. I know you got something better in your on your sleeve, so hopefully we can go ahead and see that. Let's go ahead and go to our second crew of the night. Second crew is going to be Rated Next Generation. Now, let me tell you about this crew here. This crew, when they got rid of the age limit in season 6, I'm sorry. This is the first crew that I honestly thought was going to be, picked to compete for ABDC. Unfortunately, it was Iconic Boys and kind of left a really, really bad taste in everybody's mouth about teen crews. And listen, all you little 11 to 17-year-old girls, I don't care. They're not that good. But anyways, Rated Next Generation is performing to Right Round, and I've seen better from this crew. I'm a big fan of this crew, especially since their appearances on America's Got Talent. They are a phenomenal crew, especially a phenomenal team crew. But upon first impressions, I really hate to say this. This is gonna damage my heart saying this so much. I think 8 Flavors can take them in a battle, just based on first impressions, and that's really odd to say, but it's true. I just don't think the performance was that great. It didn't pick up until near the end, and they're a clean choreo crew, but there's other clean choreo crews in this competition. Mainly, I'm looking at Fanny Pack and another crew that we're going to talk about a little bit later, Most Wanted crew. So rated next generation, you guys are good, but you guys have got to step it up as well. I mean, we've seen you guys pull better stuff. You guys are better than this, so we're waiting to see that. Let's go to Crew 3, which is going to be Collision Crew from ATL Georgia. What can we do for you? That's a joke I have with my girlfriend who's from Atlanta, but whatever the case. I've been following Collision 2. They're one of the more lesser known crews this season, but they're still a great crew. I actually remember this crew actually facing Swagger Crew a lot in the ATL nightclubs and everything like that. Let me just kind of dispel a myth here that I guess was said by the producers. They say that Collision Crew was named after the gruesome car accident that their crew endured. This is not the case. From what I remember about this crew beforehand, this crew was actually named after their was actually named for their combining of styles: flexing, popping, locking, breaking. We didn't see all those styles this time around, but hopefully we will a little bit later. Whatever the case, Collision Crew gets my favorite Flo Rida song, "Low," and once again, I'm a Southern boy, so I have I have love for the Southern crews. They killed it though. They're the first crew that really got everything right. I mean, their comedy. Step Boys, take note. They were funny, and they weren't uncomfortable funny. They were just really, actually, their comedy was actually pretty decent. Um, Electrolytes, take note. Their stunts were very original. I mean, they did some stunts I wasn't expecting them to do, and it was good. They were good at what they did. Um, it was one of the few performances I actually think was just right on point. If I had, there's not really much I have to say about this crew other than they really did a great job, and good luck to these gentlemen, because this is one of the lesser known crews, so they kind of have to prove themselves to everybody. I think they did a great job tonight, but Lord knows, they do a great job of screwing over crews like this. I mean, look at what happened to Footwork. It's great first episode, and then they got knocked off pretty quick. So hopefully that doesn't happen with Collision. Let's go to the fourth crew. Fourth crew of the night is Collision Crew from Mexico. First crew that's ever performed from Mexico. From Monterrey to be exact. The one thing I'll start off, they performed a good filling, and before I start here, I want to go ahead and get the pros out of the way, which is only one good pro. They pop and they lock and they break, but the one thing I love about this crew is the fact that they keep it old school. I think JC was the one that said it, but you can see the old school elements that they have, learning from Mr. Wiggles and stuff like that. Nowhere near a skill, but definitely have as a foundation. Let's go into the performance. This was the weakest performance of the night so far. I really did not like this performance. There was nothing really all that great or anything that I really picked up on it, other than the salsa part. The salsa part, way better than anything Afro Barrique could ever do. Just let you guys know, I do not like Afro Barrique whatsoever. I was never a fan of them, but anyways, Foundation did they just didn't do that great of a job. They didn't leave a lasting impression, and that's kind of a problem. You gotta kind of do something in the first episode. So let's go to the main event, though, the final crew tonight. The crew that everybody's been waiting for, Most Wanted crew. And the thing that kind of bothered me was the fact that nobody has said these guys are stacked. I mean, they have the best choreographers. Two of the members of this crew has already performed on ABDC. Lando Wilkins led Box Cutters in season 3, and Brian was a member of So Real Crew in season 2, and they almost won the competition in season 2. Ian Eastwood, Bam Martin, all of them fantastic, phenomenal dancers and phenomenal choreographers, and I can't wait to see more of them. They put it in the air, and my only complaint, you guys made it look way too easy, like way too easy. Was it the best performance of the night? Yes. Was it a great performance? Absolutely. Was it their best performance? No. And that was my kind of issue. I was kind of waiting to get blown away, and it was great. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think I was blown away in that sense. But it was still the best performance of the night, and I did like it. So big ups to y'all, Most Wanted. Let's go ahead and go into the battle. The battle was Foundation ended up getting put down in last place. So they faced mixed elements from last week, and I really hate to say this, I was not impressed by this battle by any means. This was probably the second lamest battle in ABDC history, probably behind Iconic and Enigma in season one, which was funny because Flo Rida was performing in that battle as well. But I was more impressed by the female that was dancing with Flo Rida instead of Iconic or Enigma. The I can't remember the battle song, but the battle wasn't really all that good. Mixed Elements was doing these weird karate kung fu moves and getting all into Foundation's face, and then would do this kind of whack breaking interlude, and it was just weak. You know, their performance was weak. Foundation wasn't all that great themselves, but they were way better. They were way more styled than Mixed Elements. I'm really sad to see Mixed Elements go, but I mean the fact of it is, you know, the guy they just for all these styles that they were supposed to have and supposed to do, they didn't really do them, and the battle was a perfect place to show, hey, we can do this stuff, and they didn't do it. They just kind of, it sucked. It was just really bad. But good luck to Mixed Elements. My once again, my condolences to the member that lost his stepmother. That lost his stepmother. You know, this is a very hard thing to endure. But hopefully this is not the last time we hear about this crew. When I used to do the blog on, I used to do this blog on Facebook. I used to give out awards, and I didn't do that in week one. So I'm actually gonna give out a couple of awards for my favorite, best, and worst of the evening. And I'm actually gonna do this for both weeks here. So best crew of the night in both weeks, easily gonna be Most Wanted crew. They just have it head and shoulders. I'm very impressed by this crew, and they're showing why they are the top dogs here. Worst crew of the night. If I had to pick anybody, it would be Step Boys. Step Boys was just not that good. Very interesting crew. I like the whole humor thing. My problem is the choreo is super garbage. I mean, but they're still an interesting crew, and I want to see what they can do, and hopefully they get a whole lot better by being on the show. Nicest judge, even though he wasn't on the episode one, it's gonna be Flo Rida, mainly because he just gave the crew a whole bunch of fluff and didn't really give anything of relevance. He was kind of a waste of space this week. He just was, no offense, but it was great seeing him. But just there was really no reason for him. Meanest judge of the night. Meanest judge of the night was easily JC, and JC's probably gonna win a lot of these awards. But he had little bones to pick about everything, and go figure. But so be it. That is JC, and that's why we love JC. Best concept of the night was easily Fanny Pack. Fanny Pack, the whole shaving Britney's hair thing was kind of funny. So I liked the fact that they joked about it and everything like that. And it's Fanny Pack, so they're probably gonna get a lot of these concept awards. But they're just some of the best in the game. Worst of the night, I would have to easily say probably Foundation, because I don't know what this crew does other than that they're from Mexico. You guys have to show me something else that sets you apart from all these other crews. You got to do it. Best in music is easily Collision Crew, who picked Low, my favorite Flo Rida song. So yeah, they easily won that one. Worst in music, once again, this award is going to go to Step Boys because they performed to If You Seek Amy. I've never heard this song, but even though all of Britney's songs sounded the same for the week, this was really a weak song. I just didn't like it at all. Crew that gained the most, I'm definitely going to say Collision Crew. This is the least known crew, probably besides Funkdation and maybe 8 Flavors, but they really showed up, man. I'm very impressed, and they were one of my top crews for the week. So, I mean, definitely they gained the most. Crew that lost the most, I'm gonna have to say Step Boys, because like I said, we're not expecting them to do anything. They set the bar extremely low, so that's not good. But hopefully they can pull it out next week. Most forgettable crew, easily going to go to Electrolytes. I just don't remember what they did. They're a great crew, but you know, definitely forgettable. I hate to really do this, but the bottom two, if I had to really pick two of the bottoms, the guys that deserve to be there is probably Step Boys versus Foundation. What we'll probably end up seeing though, even though I love them to death, Collision Crew and probably versus Foundation. I just think that's, or I'm sorry, Collision Crew versus Step Boys. Anyways, next week is Madonna week. Hopefully, you will see me again. Big up to blogging ABDC, Nancy, my crew, Poison Clan. Till next.